Hello, this video is about connection from ESP32 to Wi-Fi and performing a REST GET request from the site, arbitrary site in the internet. In this video, I'm working with vanilla, with original version of ESP and not via VS Code. Though my editor is VS Code, you will see what I mean. I also made a video about installation of the original ESP IDF and Hello World program with it. What we see here is a main program which have four stages. We initialize the memory, and then we're going with the following guidelines. I am in the ESP IDF programming guide inside Wi-Fi drivers. Here you have a long explanation about the Wi-Fi concept of the ESP32, and here we have the Wi-Fi station general scenario, which have a few phases to initialize, configure and start the Wi-Fi. Here we can see those phases because the code is built according to those phases. The first phase is initiation phase, which we see here. Is also have a detailed explanation here. We applying TCP/IP initiation, event loop creation. We're using the default event loop, which is simpler from my point of view. We're using Wi-Fi as a station and not as an access point. At this stage, I'm not going inside those details but trying to show the simplest possible Wi-Fi initiation procedure. We're configuring the Wi-Fi to the default parameters and initializing it. The second stage is the configuration phase. Here we configure the Wi-Fi event and IP event inside the handler. In a few minutes we will see the handler how it's written. Wi-Fi configuration, where I put SSID and password. My SSID and password are saved in my data.h in the header file. There they define. You can hard code it inside your code here or use the same method. And we are configuring the Wi-Fi. After it, we start the Wi-Fi, connecting and performing the reading of the GET request from the site. We will see it shortly. The complete explanation is much more vast and detailed, so you can see how to disconnect, clear the memory and so on, and different options in this. But I'm trying to perform the simplest possible way. Here you see the Vtask delay, because ordinary conceptually will work with the tasks, and but in order to simplify the program, I enter the 5 seconds delay just to give enough time to Wi-Fi to initialize and got the IP. If I will not do it, the program will finish its execution before the IP will be received, and this function will fail to function. In addition to main, we have three additional things. We defined two handlers, an Wi-Fi handler and a client event handler. The handler is like a table of states for where you have a switch, and for every state we will print that the state is was performed. For example, inside Wi-Fi handler, we will print the Wi-Fi will connect, is connecting, Wi-Fi connected, lost connection, so, and got IP, like this. Also, you can implement different logic inside each case. The event handler is implemented in simplest possible way. You can see the implementation here inside ESP HTTP client, where in application example they have an example for HTTP client handler. The interesting thing is to see how they print the data with a very unique way. I just copied it, and this will shoot after HTTP will receive the data. So all I want is just to print the data on the screen. This is the GET request. We will get request from the site which can answer to API requests. This is a numerous number of sites. I use the World Clock API and used this one, which after GET request will return to us the time, UTC time, and also connected it to the client handler. Here we have the initiation stage and performance of the client reading. After it, we are cleaning the client. Let's see how does it work. I am building, flashing, and monitoring it in one command. Okay. Okay. Now we see the flags that we put here. Wi-Fi is connecting in this stage. Wi-Fi connected here, and Wi-Fi got IP. Now we are in the execution of the function. We are performing the GET request to this site, and we're receiving HTTP event on data. When we will print it like this, HTTP event on data, and we will print the data in this way. We can see that we got the data in two portions because it wasn't enough memory for one portion, and you can see the date is the current date and the time is offsetted according to my time, but you can see it 42 minutes, it's 43 minutes. So it's the date and the time are correct with the relevant offset. This is the implementation of simple Wi-Fi connection of ESP32 and a performance of GET get REST request from the internet site. Thank you.